Welcome down to Thorpe Park. I have to say, I don't think I've ever seen a re-entry or no re-entry at any of the parks before, but 4 p.m. here today for what is a 5 o'clock close. It kind of makes sense. It's school trip galore, but we have some things we want to check out. We want to talk about Rumba Rapids while we're here. We want to check out the Zodiac, and we obviously want to check out the Launchpad, which opened a couple of days after we last come in time for May half term, which is what we suspected. Just while we're here, and we've got an elevated view as well, the beach is also back open, and oddly is open today, even though it's a little bit cloudy. Here is Zodiac. We'll get to that shortly. However, it is worth noting that Planet Donut stall, and this is beautifully put together for Planet Donut. Like, this whole area was completely redone only a couple of seasons ago, has now been removed already, which is a bit of a shame. But you do only have Vortex down here because Zodiac is closed still, and it's a peculiar one, this, because it was undergoing quite extensive testing at the start of the season, and we thought maybe it would open for May. I mean, the day we were here, it was relentless, absolutely non-stop. But we even have a bench now that's been placed in front of the entrance, as if to say, no, please don't try and get in, it's very permanent closed. Of course, it was waiting to be reassembled, new part, back over the closed season. That was done, as we said, it was tested like all day, and I mean all day when we were last here, and we thought, Zodiac is going to open for 2026, but thus far, nothing. On top of that, I don't think it's been tested in the last couple of weeks, so not super sure, to be honest with you, what the situation is with Zodiac. You can hear the announcements in the background, but yeah, it's definitely not spinning. Will we see it again this year? Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. It's a classic ride, to be honest. I'd like to see it back open. Quite a busy day at the park today with school groups. However, A is out, so only half of Rush is working at the moment. Great to see Stealth going around, and of course Tidal Wave, which reopened just as we last visited. We did catch it on one of its first couple of days of opening. Now it's a little bit cooler today. It's not tidal wave weather. I am going to get myself on this year. However, we do have new signage that's got out. It's really nice. We always say about the little touches. I'm going to hold on a sec before we go and have a look at some of those. It looks like a dry space here, possibly not there. And we've got the new splash sign here. It's just the rustic look of it. I absolutely love that. And as you come over here, you've got the zone, so complete splash zone. Really, really like that. Little details, we always say it, little details is what makes up the theme in an area. Got to get a view of it, haven't you? It's had a few problems this year, nothing serious. Stealth is very much running today. Here is the site of Rumba Rapids, of course closed at the beginning of the season. I don't know whether or not that was planned all along, but either way, it is closed, saving them some money for the amount of staff they had to have on the Rapids, and quite honestly, it's probably not been that good the last few years. Now, we've heard a lot of rumours about this site, as I'm sure everyone has. The latest one's it's going to be a Halloween walkthrough. I have to say, now I know what people will say. I think people are looking at river caves at Blackpool Pleasure Beach and saying, well, they had that as a walk through the trough. And of course, they had one around Loggers Leap, but didn't use the Loggers Leap trough. I think it's worth bearing in mind, this is a natural lake area here and some really deep water as well. If you think you want people to walk around this, even up and down again, you've got a really low height on the sides. I'm not super sure, to be honest with you, that Thorpe Park would want to build fencing all the way around to make sure that no one jumps on there in the middle of the night when it's dark and ends up in the lake. Really not going to be good publicity. So I don't see it. I don't see it at all. But of course, the site is open. Now, I'm not expecting anything to happen to this site for quite some time, to be fair. As I said, I'm definitely not seeing it as a Halloween attraction, really not. There's no work gone on yet, just so you can kind of know. No work gone on at all. Nothing's been cleared, nothing's happened whatsoever. I just think it would be too dangerous to have it as a Halloween attraction when they've got two permanent ones, a pop-up one, and it'd even be better to use the old Blair Witch route, without a doubt, because of the water that's there. The next big rumour, of course, is the site for the next coaster. And again, we've heard things, as I'm sure everyone has, but the minute someone starts the rumour, it kind of like carries on. So we're always sceptical of that, by all means. At the moment, I think it's quite clear that Universal UK is coming, and Thorpe Park is not a competitor to Universal UK. It's as simple as that. The competitors are the all year round parks, which down south, London South, shall we say, not Paultons, but London South, is Legoland and Chessington. And it's quite obvious from all the planning and all the construction of those two parks that that is where the money is going at the moment. They will need to be 365 ready for when Universal opens. Thorpe Park doesn't. Thorpe Park will not be a 365 park. This is the Six Flags, if you will, of everything. So I don't think there's a rush for this. I really don't. I'm not expecting to see anything here until 29. Leave your comments though, what do you think? What do you think? The site's fairly big. It could stretch out the back, of course, could go down to the old Pirates area, whatever it is down there, the island, Treasure Island, that's it, I remember the name. It could go down that far as well. I don't think it'll include the removal of stealth, personally, but I don't think it's a priority. I see a flat ride coming next year, something to fill space. I don't see anything happening with this yet. I certainly don't think, from a health and safety perspective, that bearing in mind that we're only a couple of months away from Friday night's opening, no development here whatsoever, and I think it would need extensive development. But we'll wait and see. They've pulled out shocks before, so we'll wait and see. Right, off to Launchpad, the actual new attraction for 2026.
And hope to return to full capacity as soon as possible.
You can probably hear the announcement. Hyperion is on one train, so I was thinking about using my fast pass for it. However, it's still going to be quite a queue, 70 minutes. I did wonder why it was so long when Stealth's only sort of 10 minutes. But as you can see, it is only on one train at the moment, which is causing a longer queue. So that is very much a 70-minute queue. It's very busy here actually in the fast pass and indeed the single rider. Not a day for Hyperion today. As we said, the beach is open. Adult would be required if you go there. However, here is the Launchpad. Now, I've kind of warmed to this, I will be honest. I've warmed to it as a nice space. You can see though how much shade was needed, and we do have some shade as we walk in. But it's better than having the beach that no one was on. And actually, seeing the pictures over the summer, even when Kurt came, so over the summer, over May half term, I say summer because that's when it was sunny, seeing the pictures from Kurt and various other people, actually, it's been quite busy down here. So we've got a refuel centre, if you will, where you can buy drinks. I believe there's a little shop outlet that's not open yet. And yeah, it's actually been really nicely finished here. So you've got multiple entrances. We'll go back out on the stairs. 1, 2, 3. We didn't get one down here in the end, so we will quickly nip around the side and see exactly what they did. But obviously they have put the screen in down at this end. Now people were saying it'd be good to watch the football. Yeah, Thorpe Park won't be open when the football's on, generally. Whether or not they show some of the non-England matches a little bit earlier on will be interesting to see. But it's good they put a screen down here, and actually this sort of open area is really stage size with screen. Build a stage around it, have the screen in the background, built-in speakers, and I love these little roller coasters on the side as well. Simple, again, simple touches, breathes a bit of new life into this area, which honestly with the beach, it was barely open. It did look a bit of an eyesore, and it will allow some space for people to stop and look. Also gives you a different view of depth charge too. I'll quickly peek around the other side. You can see over here that they have redone this area. Nice flooring as well. I mean, we've gone proper paved rather than tarmac here. And yet it's not in use. Now we do have the screens. We said that is actually on a trailer, so that can be wheeled in and out. I'd be interested to see what they use this for. There's plenty of power supply. Yeah, I've done a nice job with this. We did actually highlight that the planting is quite good around here. We've got the bark down, but the trees will grow quite nicely. So I don't think there's going to be another change down this area for quite some time with the landscaping that they've done. As we come out the other entrance here, and this arguably will be the first one that people see. You do have steps as well. Other than that, it is step-free access in and out. Actually really impressed with it, and it's definitely got future space. You can see they have installed lights and speakers right the way across, so if they have any kind of event here, or they do play anything on the screens, you will hear it right the way across. At the moment it is just playing island music, but actually really impressed with it, I have to say. The island like no other. Thorpe Park. I tell you what, that was great to get back in and get on some rides. I love Thorpe Park. Everyone should know I love Thorpe Park. And some of the little details, again, which they're doing throughout the season, often go unnoticed, particularly with tidal wave. Really, really like the signage when they do things like that. It's really, really cool. They've got a few capacity issues today, nothing too major to be fair. When you can walk on and off Stealth pretty much straight away, same with Colossus, same with Inferno. You know, you just kind of like suck it up, to be honest with you. A little bit of a queue for Hyperia. But yeah, love it. Absolutely love Thorpe Park. A few things going on. Everything is now open for 2026, apart from Zodiac. Zodiac's the only mystery at the moment.